Now then folks, welcome to the channel. This is VFR Mitch. Today we are going to do a brief video with regard to changing the final drive oil on my Honda Crosstourer VFR1200X. Let's get started. We firstly got to remove the bit of cowling on there. That appears to be held on with three 5mm X-head bolts. So I'm just going to have a go at the first one. One underneath just there. That one's a bit stiff. That one's very stiff. And the third one is the guns. So that's three bolts out. Now, having a quick look at this earlier, I believe there is a plastic clip on the back of there. Now it doesn't appear to be like one of the normal clips where you press the metal in and it all pops out. It just had a solid head on it, so I'm assuming it might just pop off. I'm hoping it does, because I don't know. There we go. It is actually a pop clip, but it doesn't have a centre you can push in, so you've just got to prise it out. So that's three Allen bolts, one X-head, and there she is. I've done a bit of reading up on this online, and it appears there are some questions over which actual oil to use. Now I'll put a quick photo on of what it says in the handbook, which is use Hypoid 80W. I went online and purchased this liquid moly SAE 80W GL5. Now on the forum and on Facebook, a number of people mentioned should be using GL4, not GL5. Now the GL rating apparently is something to do with the additives. It's got more sulphur in it and something else, which apparently can attack some brass or bronze componentry within mechanisms. Now most people said, yep, you're safe with that. Some said no, you can't. Others said use the Honda stuff. I found a link to the Honda stuff. I'll put a picture on there, but I don't know what it'll show. That one is GL4/GL5. So again, it's got the GL5 rating in it. So I'm going to risk it. I'm using the liquid moly stuff. Please obviously consult with your manual. Speak to your local dealer if you're unsure. Speak to an expert. Don't trust me. Right, what we've got to look for here is a drain bolt, which is down there, and a fill bolt which is there. Now you will need to look at the handbook or workshop manual with regard to torque figures for these. These tend to shear off. A number of people have commented they've over tightened them. I'm going to put the torque settings down which I found. Obviously please consult either handbook, workshop manual, just to double check these. What we've got now is a 17mm fill plug and a 6mm drain bolt, which is just down there. What I'm going to do is, I've got a little container, just going to pop under there. What I'm also going to do, now a couple of people have mentioned this online, so I'm sure some comments have come, is to actually slacken off the fill plug first. The bike is on its side stand, not on its centre stand. So I'm going very, very easy with this. So I know how fragile they can be. There we go. Goodness knows how tight that was. It felt tight. Now, if this is filled correctly, nothing should really come out because it holds about 210 mil, I believe. Now, to make sure I get the right amount in, I've got a little trick I'm going to show you. So that's the top plug out. Next, we've got the drain bolt in the bottom. So what I'm going to do, pop it under there. Again, be careful with these because they are made of cheese or chocolate or whatever you want to call them. I feel still a washer on the back of it, so I'll try and catch both of these. Should be wearing gloves really. I think we're nearly out of that. There we are. So we're just going to let that drain. And we'll be back in a few minutes. I'm just going to wipe that up. Right, it's been a good 5 minutes. It's stopped dripping. The good news is, looking at the container I'm catching the oil in, there's just over 200 mil come out of there, which is spot on to what I've read online. Just going to put this bolt back in, dry it off again. Right. Now be very, very careful when you're tightening these up. I have got a torque wrench, even though I didn't use it in my previous video. Now apparently this bottom bolt, the drain bolt, has got to be 12 Newton meters. So I've got a little torque wrench here I'm going to be using so I don't over tighten things. There we go, 12 Newton meters. Right guys, I'm going to show you a trick for filling this to make sure that you put the correct amount of oil in, which is about 200 millilitres. Disposable syringe. I'll get them in different sizes. This one's 150 ml syringe. Right then, 150 millilitres of clean oil, which we're going to squirt into there with a bit of luck. Slowly does it. is 150mm. Just going to reload the syringe now, and we'll put another 50mm in there. Right then, got another 50mm. Let's just pop that in. As you can see, it's just starting to drip. Just wipe my hands down and then we'll put the top bolt back in. Right, let's just pop that filler cap back in. Now this one is 8 Newton meters for the torque setting, so obviously please don't over tighten it. This is the one that's made out of chocolate. Right then folks, this is the one that can break. Now this is set to 8 Newton meters. That's 8 Newton meters, hardly any force at all that. So that's the old oil out, new oil in. Just got to put it all back together. 2 minutes for a job. What I'm going to do is just pop a tiny bit copper grease on the bolts that are going back in. Leave the noise outside. Kids playing football. One. Two. You will go in, looks like. Yeah. One. Two. These won't need tightening that tight because I've got a copper grease on them. Sure, there's a torque setting from somewhere, but certainly critical as long as it's not over tightened. 3. The plastic clip, if this lines up, which will happen. This is the hardest bit of the bloody lot. Right, and the third one, the little clip actually comes in two. Makes things a bit easy. Get my fat hands down the back there. That's it, all done. Thanks for watching. If you like what you see, please subscribe to the channel press the bell icon and it'll keep you up to date with any more videos. I've got a few bits and pieces coming. Stay safe.